I am a little bit concerned about the softening data, Nancy. However, I also believe that the ECB is very much in control. If these concerns are overextended and there is a worry that the quantitative tightening will be gradually taking place from a year's time, will be having a negative impact, the ECB will just step back. The central bankers generally around the world, but certainly the ECB, will be taking a much more softer note. And for that reason, I believe that from a currency perspective, it is something which will be creating some volatility, and we'll be seeing a little bit of weakness from the euro.
And then, as this is critical because it does play into the story about central bank divergence, of course. So far, the Fed has not given any signals that they intend to slow down. So do you think we're going to continue to see a story of dollar strength relative to the European currencies?
Indeed. I think we're going to see the dollar continue to strengthen both against the euro but also against the Japanese yen. I think the point of central bank divergence is critical, not only for the central bank policies, but also in terms of market volatility. Up until now, all the central banks globally were aligned in the same, sort of singing from the same hymn sheet. Now we're changing. Part of the reason we're seeing this volatility in markets in 2018 is exactly because of that, and we expect this is going to continue.
And then, I've got to ask you about the latest Brexit developments, because, of course, looking at European assets, they're certainly not immune to prospects of a deal going forward, but a lot of uncertainty as to whether or not Prime Minister May can sell this deal back at home. How are you investing around these latest developments?
Well, I think that in terms of the UK, I do believe that May will drive this through for two simple reasons. She's got some very big sticks, if you like to use the terminology. One is to the broader Tory party, to the Conservatives, that if we don't get this deal through, there may be elections, and in elections, Jeremy Corbyn, the opposition leader, has a very strong chance of coming in. So that is something that Conservatives would not like to address. The second, and specifically to the Eurosceptics within the Conservative Party, the question is, we have a deal on the table. If you decline this deal, there is a risk we go for elections or even for a second referendum. And if there is a second referendum, people may change their minds. So you, Eurosceptics, are you willing to take what's on the table, given that you do not have an alternative? Or do we risk having a reversal of the deal? So for that, I believe she's going to knock heads together. There will be a lot more sort of obviously discussions and compromises.
Sure.
But at the end, I believe she's going to pull it.